On a Christmas Eve, hi everybody. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from the Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington area, and I've been a little absent with a lot of family um, itinerary and family in town, and my daughter's 18th birthday, and now Christmas tomorrow. Hope your family's doing well. We have very active weather coming our way, and we touched on a lot of this last time I spoke with you, and it's really set up with the strong jet stream flow that's going to drive. Now, get this: there's a storm front coming in Christmas night. There's a into Thursday morning, and then there's another one that picks up Thursday night into Friday. Then there's another one that picks up Saturday overnight into Sunday. Then we actually have a little bit of calming to start next week, a weak system Tuesday night, and then another push of active weather Wednesday PM into Thursday and into Friday of next week. So my oh my, as the saying goes. And this is the jet stream map that we look at as forecasters. So this is basically what the jet stream winds are setting up at 30,000 feet and blowing into our area, driving wet systems in Friday, Saturday into Sunday morning. And we're going to see these darker shades. So at 30,000 feet, which is basically flight level, if you're on a commercial aircraft, we've got winds that are blowing about 160 miles per hour and stronger coming in from the west. So people that would be flying from the east coast to the west coast eventually would clash with that wind, and you get that turbulence if you're flying. But remember, these jet streams, what they do is they take air aloft and boom, they blow it out. So if you leave a void of air aloft by literally removing it with strong winds, then you've got air that has to fill in the gap. So that increases vertical rising air currents from the surface in the lower levels to fill that void. And again, if you go back to second grade in your water cycle, when you increase the rate of air rising up through the lower levels of the atmosphere, that produces condensation, clouds, and eventually some heavy rain rates. So all of that's going on for a good chunk of the time, starting with that front that comes in tomorrow night into early Thursday morning, Christmas night. Now, I'll get more into this, but the Weather Service has a whole fistful of watches, warnings, and advisories, starting with the Coast Wind Watch. Now, this is up. I'm looking at my notes. This is up from tomorrow evening, Christmas evening into Thursday morning. Could be some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, even stronger. Cascade snow advisory. Now, this was a winter storm watch. They've downgraded a bit, but still, we're talking about heavy snow setting up tomorrow afternoon all the way into Friday morning. Elevations at 5,000 feet and higher could be looking at a couple of feet of snow. That's thumbs up, good news. The question is the snow level going to be at 4,000 feet at times or a little bit lower, a little bit higher? So government camp, kind of a wet mix to maybe getting hammered at times with a lot of heavy snow as well. And then, of course, all this rain leading to rising river levels. And I'll get into that risk coming up as well. So kind of just to repeat what I just illustrated or spoke about. Steady rain tomorrow sets up in the morning, the heaviest rain from noon into Thursday at 5 a.m. Could be an inch or more. And then steady rain picks up again Thursday evening and night into early Friday morning. It looks like a half of an inch or more for the valley. Rain at times Friday into Sunday morning will absolutely be an inch of rain or more at the valley, higher rain amounts along the coast. And then what I just spoke of, Mount Hood average snow levels bouncing between 4,000 and 5,000 feet at times. Now, if these rain amounts come true and everything is spaced out, as I illustrate here, then we'll probably get through this with maybe a few of the rivers that often reach flood stage doing so, but other than that, no big widespread issues. But notice forecasters will really be monitoring how much rain comes in the coming days as our weather pattern really starts to pick up and get stronger. Oh my goodness, I just did a heck of a jump. Let me go back and show you what I wanted to show you. Here we go. Big shout out to the Momentous Wealth podcast. Listen on Apple Podcast, listen on Spotify. A range of investment topics meant to educate you. There will probably be a new one, if I know Todd Pisarcik's team, coming out once we get through the holidays, but a lot of timely investment topics still for you to choose from. Okay, let's go through the National Weather Service weather sites. This is out of the National Weather Service office here in Portland. Again, the colors over the coast range and to the coast itself are the high wind watch in effect. It's a warning down in the southern Oregon coast. And notice the high wind watch also includes elevations in the coast range near to above 1,000 feet, where there could also be 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Now jump to the Cascades in the purple. There's the winter weather advisory. Again, the question is how much of the snow will fall at 4,000 feet? How much of it will be a wet mix or rain at 4,000 feet? We know it's all going to be snow from 5,000 and higher. And we talked about the literal feet of snow expected to come. And then notice the green shading. This is what they call a hydrologic outlook. Basically, the Weather Service writing discussions on all this rain that's coming and the fact that river levels will be monitored carefully in the coming days. High water spots can always be dangerous, especially at nighttime, though, this time of the year when you're driving. So let's see what it looks like down out of the Medford office. All lit up as well. Again, same hydrologic outlook for heavy rains down through Roseburg. There's the high wind warning. I believe that's the potential of some 70 mile per hour wind gusts along parts of the southern Oregon coast, including North Bend and Bandon, for that system that comes in tomorrow night. And notice the winter weather advisory for the Cascades all the way down, crossing into Northern California. Up in Seattle, what we got? All right. The heavy rain discussion, mainly up through Olympia. High wind watch for elevations inland all the way up through Ocean Park and parts of that part of southwestern Washington. And there you can see a winter storm warning actually for the Cascades, including the Mount Rainier area. So everywhere you go, you're going to have pretty active weather if you're going to be doing some traveling yet over this holiday season. Here's the radar. It's now 2:20 in the afternoon. This is a much wetter day overall than I was expecting so far, and including some heavy downpours. You can see the radar picking up some heavier rain coming through Washington County right now. So there's no storm front coming in, but down here on the left, look at the upper level flow pattern. These are the contour lines of equal pressure at 18,000 feet. Where you see the dipping, that's the upper level trough. So you need that upper level trough, which is kind of the back edge of instability, to swing through. Once that swings through, our atmosphere will start to stabilize. That will happen later today into evening as the sun comes down and sets as well. And then I think we have a chance to be mainly dry overnight tonight. Here's the Christmas Day rain back here coming. It does catch my eye. All these little X's. Well, that's a ton of lightning being detected offshore with the satellite imagery. I don't believe we get into that type of a light show, but we will have some heavier rain rates come in Thursday daytime behind the Thursday morning front. So again, here's the Christmas Day system right here. And here's the elongated fetch of jet stream winds driving the systems toward us. Okay, a quick look up on Mount Hood. Timberline 28, snow levels have been going down. Hip, hip, hooray. They're going down this morning and this afternoon. Meadows now 33, Skibo 31. That's at 5,000 feet. So we know the snow level's down to at least 5,000 feet. And actually, the snow level is almost down to 4,000 for sticking snow. Government camp's at 33. Starting to get slushy on Highway 26. So far, it's just wet and 31 over Santiam, wet pavement 32 at Willamette, snow showers out over the Blues. Snow levels continue to come down the rest of today, but eventually the snow shower activity will start to let up. But nonetheless, icy conditions if you're traveling later today or tonight over the Cascade Passes. So real quick look at my projections. Let's start with Christmas Day. Snow level 4,000 in the morning, but then as the moisture picks up, the snow level will jump to 5,000 feet tomorrow. So that becomes a rainy afternoon at Government Camp on Christmas Day with a high of 37. 8 inches of snow, though, could be falling at 5,000 feet and higher. And then you've got 16 inches of snow Wednesday overnight through Thursday above 4,000 feet. Big time winter storm conditions. And great news for skiers and boarders at Meadows and Timberline, and to some degree ski bowl. This shows a snow level Thursday. This is what I'm talking about. Is it going to be right at 4,000 feet? Is it going to be slightly lower or slightly higher? So if this would be all snow Thursday daytime, which is at least a possibility at Government Camp and Ski Bowl, then there would be 8, 9, 10, 12 inches of snow at 4,000 feet. We're going to be right on the edge. Friday, snow level eventually goes up a little bit higher. Saturday, we're back down. So notice a lot of these days are right on the edge. Will you find wet conditions at pass level, or could you find some snowy conditions at times? Certainly upper elevations. I mean, 5,000 feet and higher, 8 Wednesday, 16 Thursday, 12 Friday, 8 Saturday. Do the math. Wow, a lot of snow, a lot of snow. Okay, here is the future radar product from the American GFS model. This is this afternoon, and I do think this is 4 o'clock. So basically, as the sun's going down, and remember that upper level axis is going to swing through. So that should start to stabilize us. And I do believe we will be at least mainly dry overnight when Santa comes, and mainly dry if you're up early tomorrow morning as well. This is 4 a.m. Rain quickly gathering offshore. This is Christmas Day. Here we are at 7 in the morning. Now rain already potentially picking up along the coast. Again, this is the future radar product meant to show you what the radar could look like tomorrow. Most of the models show after dry weather early, we could have rain picking up as early as 8 or 9 or no later than 10 in the morning up and down I-5 for Portland, Vancouver, and Salem. And then once the rain starts, here's 4 in the afternoon. It's just steady, widespread rain across all of Oregon and Washington. If anything, this does show more rain up to our north and then less by the time you get to Roseburg and down into Medford. Here's the rain at 4 p.m., just starting to push toward the Dalles, increasing precip, which will be rain at 4,000 feet up over Mount Hood. And then the front comes in early Thursday morning. And here's early Thursday morning at 4 a.m. Now you've got moisture. It's pushed all the way across eastern areas through the gorge. You've got rain breaking into showers. And then Thursday is mostly a showery day with rain picking up in the evening. Here's Thursday, 4 p.m. Here's the increasing rain into steady rain again Thursday overnight into Friday morning. And then you can make the case that the weather models are underplaying how much rain we get Friday and Saturday because the front that comes in Thursday pushes through. And then we get this Nick system Thursday night and a Friday morning. But that front, instead of pushing through almost like a wedge or a squeegee, kind of lays down and it looks like this. And then the wind flows aloft, just keep paralleling it or streaming. Now, if that's the case, you can just get constant rain that really racks up rain rates. So I think that's one reason for the call to just be on edge for possible river flooding. Because if we get more rain than the models are showing on Friday, Saturday day into Sunday morning, and we could, then there's a good chance we will have at least some river flooding. Here is rain picking up with this particular model Friday overnight into Saturday morning. And then I think it's going to play. Here's rain. Didn't really do a good job of that. I was backing up. Okay, forget about Sunday. There's a front that comes in Sunday morning. Some of the models are showing the rain on Saturday overnight and Sunday basically drops to our south, but it's a tough call. It could be up of our area as well. But I hope what you got out of that was just lots of shots of rain and periods of steady rain coming and going all the way into Saturday, all the way into Sunday morning. This is a crazy number. I thought I'd share it with you, pardon me. How much snow total falls all the way through Sunday morning? Dun, dun, dun. This shows 42 inches at Government Camp, 55 Southern Oregon Cascades. It shows 44 up around Rainier, and then 20 to 30 inches plus Northern Oregon Cascades. Shows 20 inches out over the Blues. Now, this is absolutely believable, especially when you get above 5,000 feet. So we'll see. We'll see what we end up with. I do want to talk about wind real quick, and then I'll wrap it up and we'll go around the horn. Here is the tomorrow afternoon. This is Christmas Day at 4 p.m. Again, this is what could be the strongest front of the bunch that comes in tomorrow afternoon, night, into Thursday morning. So as we go into evening on Christmas Day, look at the winds. Already picking up to 50 miles per hour up into Lincoln County. That's Newport. Possible 57 mile per hour gust. A large area of 60 plus mile per hour winds offshore, and south 30 mile per hour winds racing up the Willamette Valley. Again, the wind watch, the strongest winds expected Christmas evening overnight. This would be 10 o'clock Christmas night. Notice this, 40 mile per hour wind gusts. This is the American GFS model. If this continues to put out this type of output, the Weather Service will issue a wind advisory for the Willamette Valley Wednesday night. I'm saying if the models continue to show this, the Weather Service would put out a wind advisory that could lead at least to some power outages. Look at the coast. Again, Southern Oregon coast, 80 mile per hour winds just offshore, mid 60s to maybe 70 mile per hour wind gusts up into Lincoln County, strong gust of 50 or better up through Astoria. And then the front comes in, and by the time we get to daybreak Monday, now everything is really starting to back off, but it's still noticeably breezy. Okay. Let's go around the horn. Again, these would be 2 o'clock temps, 51 down in Medford. But I tell you what, we just keep hitting 50 every day, don't we? It's just crazy how mild it's been. All right, Christmas Day, chance of rain and then rain picking up. Remember, it's not going to be as wet in Southern Oregon Christmas Day as it will be Portland to the north, 45. And then rainy weather, temperatures generally around 50, and the overnight lows above freezing. Notice there is some cooler weather coming. Saturday, Sunday lows 35 degrees. I did draw a line on my worksheet that shows, especially behind that Sunday front, snow levels into next week are going to be more like 3,000 feet, meaning definitely below four and maybe even close to two at times. So we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, let's go over to Central Oregon Bend, 39 right now. Christmas Day, rain picking up in the afternoon hours, 42. Rain likely, it's all rain. Notice the lows, mid 30s and warmer, highs in 50, around 50 degrees until we get to the weekend. There's that colder air, 29, 48, 29, 45. Clearly, there could be some snow activity in the morning, changing to rain. Okay. Seattle, here we go. We like to say rain, rain, rain. Yeah, rain. Overnight lows 40s, daytime highs still could hit 50 on Thursday, and also on Saturday they show. All right. Here's our capital city in Oregon. A rainy Christmas Day, ho, 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 in Salem on tomorrow, Wednesday. And then it's showery, breezy weather. Remember, some of the showers could be heavy. One thing I didn't mention is we have the south winds picking up Wednesday overnight into early Thursday morning, and then they back off somewhat, but they reignite. And these are breezy, all out west winds on Thursday. You get a west wind that's breezy, it slams against the Cascades, the air is forced up, and that's why we have some of those hefty snow amounts expected up in the Cascades. Rain at times all the way into the weekend. Daytime highs generally around 50. North Bend, yeah, windy Christmas Day. Remember, there's actually a wind warning kicking in down along the southern Oregon coast. Rain at times, highs well up into the 50s for a good chunk of the period. Astoria, Christmas Day, rainy conditions, windy conditions setting in, temperatures in the 50s as well. Okay. My dog's barking because we have some of our out of town company that is coming to see us. All right. My last graphic, courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros. Again, my Mount Hood ski forecast is brought to you by Hillcrest Sports for skiing and boarding needs in Gresham. All right, here we go. Showers mostly ending when the sun starts to go down, mainly dry if you're out and about. If you're going to Christmas Eve services tonight, midnight mass, it's a good chance it'll be dry. And then we've got the rainy weather we talked about on Christmas Day, the breezy south gusty winds into Thursday, into Christmas night, maybe a wind advisory for the valley overnight into early Thursday. Thursday, it's breezy west winds. Every day is pretty wet, as you can see. Notice with me, there's the first sign of, well, the lows are getting colder. Monday, 40 to 47. And I actually have the chance that we could be in the 30s, but above freezing with lower snow levels after that. Okay, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. I'll try to get one of these done tomorrow, especially if it looks like a wind advisory is going to be issued and we have that wind threat for Wednesday overnight into Thursday morning. But for now, wishing you a Merry Christmas. I'm Rod Hill.